Would throw here. Stands back near his own end zone. Fires it out, and Gorkuber's got it. He's up past the 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40. He could go all the way. Oh my goodness. Played here by Eisel. Demetto Zempo, back row attack by Toole.
There it is.
There it is. Hadley Toole gets the 25th kill of the night for her. For Alexandria, sends it right on a line, a header and a goal! And here's a rollout. Now Thompson's gonna fire right side. Mason Gorkuber's got it. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Alex. The face-off and work the puck back into the outer's end. Thorson trying to bring it out front. Now here's a shot and a score! Now another rebound, that gets blocked. Breakout pass, Thornburg up the right side. He's got room, takes the shot, save made. For a forward 1.5 somersault pike. He's up high on the... Well, it looked to be fairly solid there.
This move that bail as a release move is a difficult move that they want to see as one of the required skills to her Giants.
Yep, and now off and pretty a fall here for Ty Larson.
Right, worked this into a headlock.
Yep, pretty tight hold
there
here. There you
is.
go. Oh, but Talon Witt on the weak side gets the rebound off the Grady Starzl miss. Now driving is Talon at 47-30. Under 11 minutes to go, and now a steal for Roderick to Hagstrom.
Good afternoon. Mark Lee, Van Camp, and Robbins have struck out looking. And will hit the showers.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Be gone! Put it on the board! Yes!
Because we have Alexandria Cardinal Sports of the state. The X-Ray is headed to the great outdoors of northwestern Candy-Ojai County for Cardinal softball coverage. Alexandria is off to a hot start, averaging 11 runs a game and putting together a 3-0 record. Their opponent today is another flock of Cardinals representing Willmar High School. Alexandria won all 3 of the head-to-head meetings last year, but the game in Willmar required extra innings to decide. Now let's introduce the crew on hand for this afternoon's game. JP, the Big Bopper Boleen.
Hello, baby.
We'll have the commentary, plus run the video camera for our YouTube coverage today. With the play-by-play description, he's your boy, KXRA Sports Director, DMAC Dave McClure.
Wings up!
The game is set to start at 5 o'clock. It's once again bird-on-bird crime with the Cardinals versus the Cardinals. Stay right here for the pregame show, presented by Juttner Motors of Alexandria. Next.
Wings up!
Thanks to all of the
Fire center!
In the crib, man. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. When the pigs try to get it, walk it like it's hot. Walk it like it's hot. Walk it like it's hot. Get an attitude. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. I got the money in the air and I'm pouring showdown and I'm in the mess. If I gotta get alone, I'm in my system. Some guys train. See you guys train. See you guys train. How'd you get that shit? $1 million boat. That's why they do. What's the other money throw? It's the real official. The Alexandria next to the side of the exercising. It's the big figure. Cheat on your man, man. That's how you get a hit. Kill it with the D. I'm the kind of DC. But you still don't make it feel like you're chilling. You should think about it. Take a second. Matter of fact, you should take care of it. And think before you skateboard. When the hips in the crib, man. Drop it like it's hot.
are coming to you on location from the Softball Diamonds at the Willmar Civic Center. This is actually a brand new spot for us to broadcast. I believe it's the second year that this complex is available, basically for regulation. Fast-pitch Softball Diamonds available, and they've got staggered starts for the preliminary games. I think one of the games between Alexandria and Willmar actually had a 4:30 start, so I don't know if we have a true national anthem or if they'll stop one of the games in progress to do that. But JP, I know that I think for you, in terms of your video duties, this is the fourth different venue in Willmar that you've had the chance to do the video streaming for. We've been at the high school once, I think, in the fall, and then, of course, the Willmar High School soccer pitch for the very first broadcast of the year, boys soccer with Willmar and Alexandria, and the Willmar Civic Center. So what are your thoughts on the tour of the Willmar venue this year?
Yeah, I think I know how to get here now. Been in the rink a couple of times, and we've been, like you said, to the high school. And, yeah, it's a nice facility here, though. It's a nice area, and ask for a better day.
Yeah, and I think the wind will drop off as we get closer to sunset, and that's the way Mother Nature kind of behaves in spring. It's very calm during the overnight, and you know, this morning before I think I mentioned to you over on Z99 that my vehicle is parked outside at night, and so had to get the windshield ice scraper out this morning to get that scraped off, but yet we still get up into the low 50s during the day, and when the sun comes up and the breeze comes up and the clouds build up, and then it kind of goes that way for a while, and on some days if it's a little bit warmer than it is today, then you get more clouds building up and you get atmospheric instability rain showers. So
Yeah.
I think if there is one blessing here, at least for the next 2 hours anyway, we don't have to worry about any threat of rain, but I don't think the forecast was indicating rain here today, but parts of our region could be getting some precipitation tomorrow, and some of the Thursday schedule could actually be affected by some activity.
Yeah, it's just, like you said, it's that time of the year, and spring, it's just unfortunate here in Minnesota. It doesn't start on time because of the snow. A lot of games do get postponed or canceled because of that rain or thunderstorm. You're out in the elements, so it's bound to happen.
The activity schedule for today has a Willmar-Alexandria matchup as well on the tennis courts. Now that is actually going on in Douglas County today, as Nick Jansen's Alexandria Cardinals are hosting Willmar. I believe that competition got underway about 25 minutes ago or so. And then you've got an event that started earlier this afternoon, that being the girls golf competition, with Alexandria meeting up against the other Central Lakes Conference schools, and that is the CLC event hosted by the St. Cloud Crush at the Wapakata Golf Club. Of course, Alexandria advanced to state in Class 3A a year ago. This year's field in the CLC actually has not only a defending section champion in Alexandria, a defending Central Lakes Conference girls golf champion in Sartell, but also the defending Class AA state champion that was not a member of the CLC last spring. And we welcome Detroit Lakes into the Central Lakes Conference, and at least in the sport of girls golf, a pretty good league. JP got a lot better with Detroit Lakes being added.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Alexandria's always been just the top in girls and boys golf, so just making it a little tougher there. But Alexandria, like I said, they're up to the test most years. Hopefully, just adds a little more competitiveness.
Now, the interesting aspect is during the postseason, Detroit Lakes stays in Class AA this spring, while Alexandria remains in Class AAA. So, Coach Tim Zumper has the opportunity to, guide his team through the navigation waters, if you will, of Section 8 AAA to try to get back to state, where Alexandria actually had a very good fourth place finish last year.
Yeah, exactly. So just hope to get that momentum and get up there again.
Meanwhile, the other game that will be getting underway at the top of the hour is varsity baseball. From our perspective of where we are broadcasting right now, it is north and east of here. You basically take the Highway 23 corridor, the North Gap, or is it the South Gap? I think you take the South Gap first, and then you go to the North Gap, and eventually get to Cold Spring and at Springers Park, where Corey is hosting Alexandria today. The Alexandria baseball team split its first 2 games of the year. The Alexandria Cardinals were defeated by Cloquet on Friday night 2-0. A game where both teams obviously pitched quite well. I think the teams combined for only about 6 or 7 hits altogether. And I think both of the Lumberjacks' runs were unearned in that game. Then Alexandria rebounded and came down to Willmar, made up a weather-related postponement, and got a nice win at the Biltong Stadium. But we are just about set for varsity fast pitch softball. For those of you that are listening to KXRA Radio, for better or for worse, Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins has been retired for the day. And our KXRA 5 o'clock news hour will be preempted today because we have live play-by-play of fast pitch softball. I know for years and years on end, we had basically a standing rule that we would not preempt the 5 o'clock news hour for a regular season activity, but the lobbying effort, I guess, worked earlier here in calendar year 2025 because we will preempt, I believe, 5 different news hours during the regular season this spring. One of those next week on April 24th, and then on April 29th, May 1st, and then May 6th as well. So those days, assuming we don't have any weather postponements, the KXRA 5 o'clock news hour would be preempted due to our play-by-play of Alexandria baseball or fast pitch softball, thanks to Jugna Motors. The timeout is ahead, and then when we return to Willmar, we'll introduce the batting order for the Alexandria Cardinals and have the play-by-play. That's all straight ahead.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new unused equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Cenex Midtown Express has fresh made pizza, lunch and breakfast sandwiches, and broaster chicken, live bait, propane, and diesel fuel. Cenex Garfield has groceries, bait, and tackle, and made to order pizza. Cenex Midtown Express, Alexandria, and Cenex Garfield.
A successful win isn't about the score, it's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Welcome to the spirit of Lake Town hospitality. Welcome to D. Mike's Resort Bar and Grill. From legacy locals, seasonal visitors, to traveling teams, you are our community. Come share in our rustic flavors, modern flair, and authentic roots. Legacy inspired, community infused.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
From the Willmar Civic Center, Softball Diamonds, Alexandria Cardinal Fast Pitch Softball is on the air here on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM. 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. Audio also available through the Voice of Alexandria app. And we've got the YouTube coverage today. You can check that out on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube, where you get the video and the KXRA play-by-play. by play. Your pitching matchup today will have the Alexandria Cardinals going with Addie Johnson. Again, a lot of experience in the circle, and she is still an underclassman. Not for very long, because she's part of the graduating class of 2026, so she's in the last portion of her junior year. The Willmar starting pitcher today will be Grace Kalkbrenner, and she does not have as much varsity experience. She is a freshman for the Willmar Cardinals.
At center field, number 1, Isley
The batting order for Alexandria will include Addie Johnson, the pitcher leading off. Second baseman Mari Kavit will bat second. She'll be followed by the third baseman Brooklyn McPhail. The cleanup batter for the Alexandria Cardinals is the catcher Greta Kelly. Batting fifth and playing in center field, Lauren Gatch. Batting sixth and playing at first base today, Lauren Hornstein. Batting seventh and playing in right field, Zella Netzelman. Batting eighth, the left fielder for the Alexandria Cardinals, Maya Herges. And rounding out Alexandria's batting order today is the shortstop, Ava Clemming. Addie Johnson, Mari Kavit, Brooklyn McPhail, Greta Kelly, Lauren Gatch, and Lauren Ornstein. Zella Netzelman, Maya Herges, and Ava Clemming. That's your batting order for Alexandria. No win-loss record in the CLC, but that is going to change momentarily. And the overall record is at 3-0. I believe we may have a presentation of the Star Spangled Banner, so we will pick that up in the background here prior to the introduction of the game itself. So we'll be taking our headset mics off, and we'll have the national anthem. Presentation of the Star Spangled Banner prior to the varsity fast pitch softball game today, with Alexandria facing Willmar. Again, the Willmar Cardinals at 0-2. This is their Central Lakes Conference opener, and Alexandria is playing its Central Lakes Conference opener. The visiting Cardinals are at 3-0. We'll introduce Willmar's batting order when we go to the bottom of the first inning here at the Willmar Civic Center softball diamond. But the Willmar defensive lineup is already on the field, meaning that Grace Kalkbrenner is taking her warm-up tosses. Let's introduce the defensive unit for Willmar. 8th grader Brindley Carroll is behind the plate. Around the infield, senior Grace Ederman is at first base. The starting second baseman is Maya Cameron. The shortstop is Maddie Norston. And over at the hot corner at third base is Hannah Magnuson. Now, Norston, Magnuson, and Ederman are all members of the Willmar High School class of 2025. So congratulations to them on being seniors. Second baseman Maya Cameron is the outfield defense has Nora Neskes, and the left field, Isley Webarger is the center fielder, and in right field is Aubrey Peterson. Webarger is a sophomore, and Peterson in right field is a junior for the Cardinals. Estes is a freshman. So the leadoff batter, Addie Johnson, is stepping into the plate, and the first pitch is a little bit up and away. And it's 1 ball and strikes. Get our game underway at 4 minutes after 5 o'clock. Next pitch from Faulkner, sails upstairs. 2-0 the count. Alexandria looks like they got some new visiting jerseys. Yeah, I believe these will be the uniforms that they wear throughout the season. I know I was checking out some of Sam Stubbe's work on the Echo Press website, and he was on hand for the season opener on Friday, and these jerseys were being worn there. It's white jersey tops and bright red pants. A bit of red lettering and numbers as well. Count, I believe, after a foul ball on the bat of Addie Johnson, she takes a strike, evening things out. Now the next pitch on the way is Addie Johnson down on strikes to start this game.
Plate number 8.
Yeah, just rose it up a little bit there, and just Addie couldn't get up to it.
So now Mari Kavit will step in to bat for Alexandria. First pitch, a ball that goes a little bit low and in. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. Kavit, a right-handed batter, so the second consecutive righty in the lineup. Next pitch misses the zone, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Grace Kalkbrenner taking very little time in between pitches. Brooklyn McPhail will bat next for the visiting Alexandria Cardinals. Here's a pitch a little bit low, and that's going to be ball 4. So Kavit is able to draw a 1-out walk for Alexandria.
Yeah, just didn't see anything that she liked. That close. Good at bat there. Gets some base.
Now the batter will be Greta Kelly. She chokes up the blood. Meanwhile, Kavit going to second, and she will be safe. Oh, it looked like the tag was there, but I believe a little too late. And Mari Kavit's in with a stolen base. So Alexandria has a base runner in scoring position. I believe the pitch to Brooklyn McPhail was a ball, and it's 0-1, or 1-0, I should say. Next one is outside. So 2-0 the count. Alexandria's had a propensity of bunching clusters of hits together to create big innings. Here's a line grounding to right, and that's going to be caught by the right fielder. And away is Aubrey Peterson will put it away. That was an Adam ball.
No batting for Alexandria.
Yeah, that was a really hard hit ball, and just a good catch out right field.
So now catcher Greta Kelly will step in to bat for the Alexandria Cardinals. She takes upstairs. 1-0 to Greta Kelly. The Alexandria Cardinals do have a runner at second base, that being Mari Kavit. Next pitch fouled back, and it's now even at 1-1. You are listening to People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, on your dial, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, and 105.7 FM. Thank you for joining us. If you're watching on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube, you can access that from our website at voiceofalexandria.com. Pitch goes low, and it's 2-1. Next one is going to be, I think, inside. Get the raising of an arm, so that would lead to me a ball. Now we got an off-speed pitch, and Kelly fouled it back, so count now should be full at 3-2.
Good cut there, just change up, slowed it down for Kelly, and good way to stay alive here.
And let's see if that one comes again. Nope, it's going to be low, and that's ball 4. So a second base on balls has been issued here in the top of the first inning, and that allows Lauren Getch, the center fielder, to step in and bat.
Really good at bat there from Greta Kelly, just staying patient and not chasing on that ball forward, but also just staying alive with that last cut.
First offering to Getch is swung on and I believe fouled at the plate, so it's 1 strike. Runner in the circle for Willmar. Next one is off speed delivery that sails upstairs. 1-1 the count to Lauren Getch. She would like to get her team on the board with 2 on board by the direction out. Next pitch is in for a strike, and it's now 1-2 to Lauren Getch. Just underway at Willmar Civic Center Softball Diamonds. JP Bowling and D-Neck. Able to play. And a big run and a miss. And Lauren Getch is down on strikes. Winner gets a couple of Ks in the top of the first inning. He's keeping the visitors on the board. State Bank brings you our scoreboard updates. And through 1/2 from Willmar. It's Alexandria nothing. Willmar coming to bat.
It's the right time for a getaway. It's the right time for a getaway. Let's get away.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
On the field, a lot of people know me as number 11. Off the field, I appreciate how First Western Bank and Trust bankers take the time to learn about me and never treat me as just a number. You too can bank where you'll never be just an account number.
Willmar, as we'll introduce the batting order for the Willmar Cardinals under first-year varsity head coach Brianna Tupa. Isley Rebarger, the center fielder, will lead off. Nora Neskas, the left fielder, bats second. First baseman Grace Ederman hits in the number 3 spot. The cleanup batter for Willmar is the catcher Brindley Carroll. Batting 5th and pitching today, Grace Kalkbrenner. Batting 6th for Willmar, the shortstop Maddie Norston. The number 7 hitter in the Willmar Cardinals lineup is the designated player Parker Rux. She is the DP for the flex fielder, second baseman Maya Cameron. Batting 8th for Willmar is the right fielder Aubrey Peterson, and batting 9th, the third baseman Hannah Magnuson. Isley Rebarger, Nora Neskes, Grace Ederman, Brindley Carroll, Grace Kalkbrenner, Maddie Norston, Parker Rux, Aubrey Peterson, and Hannah Magnuson. That's your batting order for Willmar, which is presently at 0-2. First offering from Annie Johnson to the leadoff batter Rebarger is hit for a strike, and it's 0-1.
It's going to be fun to watch Annie Johnson, just the progression that she's had the last couple of years. Last year she was dominant all year, and a year older, even though she's been even a senior yet, so it's pretty exciting.
Nice change of pitch there, I believe drops in, and it's 0-2. So 2 strikes to the Willmar Cardinals leadoff batter. Wind up by Addie Johnson. Next pitch hits the knee of the batter, and that's something you don't want to see on 0-2, but it does seem to happen more often than you think. A pitcher tries to go inside, and it ends up that Rebarger will be on first base after getting hit by the pitch.
Yeah, those were a couple of really good pitches, and then just one that got away a little bit.
Now Neskes will try to square around a bunt, and she takes for a ball. Meanwhile, Rebarger will advance to second on a stolen base. So Coach Tupa had her first base runner get in motion, just like we saw with Mari Kavit in the top half of the inning. 1-0 the count. Next pitch is upstairs. So after a couple of good pitches from Andy Johnson, the third pitch of the inning hit Rebarger, and now 2 misses, and it's 2-0.
It's a good snake there by Greta Kelly to avoid
Getting any further, and then another good scoop right there. Yep, 3 balls, no strikes. Nora Neskens. Nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. Stingbanks has a scoreless tie. And now another batter gets hit by a pitch. So if that one was going to be too far inside, that was going to be ball 4 anyway. So back-to-back base runners hit by pitches. And Willmar Cardinals have a first inning scoring runs. Yeah, just got to read quickly. Ray Centerman, the Willmar first baseman, will step in. Kelly is doing the pitching today for the Alexandria Cardinals. Lauren Marnstein at first base, Mari Kaved at second, David Klemick is the shortstop, Brooklyn McPhail is at third. There's a pitch a little too far inside, and it's 1-1. Now a throw down to third, and I think the base runner is going to be in safely. So Lieberger took off, and she'll get in ahead of the throw. So 1-1 the count. Now runners at the corners and nobody out. Greta Kelly comes out to give her teammates some signal adjustment here. Looking to take the lead on its home field. Here's a pitch inside. Trailing runner is going to be going to second. That is Neskens. And meanwhile, the pitcher, Addie Johnson, will take the throw from Kelly. Yeah, try to avoid any mistakes going there. Yeah, I think at this point right now, the pitch is going to be off to the left of the plate. It gets away. Is Isley Rebarger, rather, and it is 1-0. And meanwhile, Neskens will go over to third base. Now we're going to get a mound visit here. Just try to calm down Addie Johnson. Just try to get composure going here early in the first. Yeah, this has really been damage of one's doing here. Willmar is, I believe, put the ball in play. They haven't put it into play at all. I think one foul ball went out of play, but advancement, stole the base, it's wild pitch. Now and it's going to be out to left field. Catch is made, but the sacrifice fly is the Willmar base runner Nora Neskens to make it 2-0. Maya Burgess was able to make that grab out in left field, but makes the second run, and it's now 2-0 for the Willmar Cardinals. Good batting here for Willmar so far. Alexandria had to battle back to us this year, so chance. So one down the left field line, and that is going to be a base hit. Steve right inside the third base bag, and Carroll becomes the third Willmar batter to reach the first one to get on base with a hit. Mentioning the outfield defense for the Alexandria Cardinals, Maya Burgess is in left field. The center fielder is Warren Getch, and playing in right field today is Stella Netzel. First pitch lined to the right side by Grace Kalkbrenner, out of play, foul. And the count is 1 strike. Willmar has scored a couple of runs here in the bottom of the first inning to get the early lead. There's a pitch that missed, and it's 1-1. Just one swing away from getting 2 outs here too, so it's just getting composure and get this inning over with. Yep, and Willmar's going to make a change. If you're watching on YouTube, you saw a player approaching the camera there. Lily Tamman will now be the courtesy runner at first base for Willmar. Now we've got a pitch that gets fouled off, and the count is 1-2. At this point, JP, I don't think you have to necessarily, a double play would be ideal, but just get the Willmar batters to put the ball in play and then get outs, or even get strikeouts. Now down pitching under the plate. Throw goes to second, and it's It's in time. That'll work too. Yep, I don't know if we've got the quality real estate replay opportunity as of yet, but...
I can see it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, anyway, but Greta Kelly able to cut down the courtesy runner Tamman trying to steal. I believe that will go 2-4 on the caught stealing.
Yeah, just a great throw there. It took Kelly to get out of the crouch and just get up and get the loose ball.
And as it turns out, after that throw out for the caught stealing, Addie Johnson is able to strike out Kalkbrenner, and that will retire the side. Willmar is able to get on the board with a couple of runs on one hit. No Alexandria errors, and nobody ended up being left on base due to that caught stealing. So new numbers after one on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in varsity fast pitch softball. It's Willmar 2, Alexandria no score.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
North Central International. Heavy-duty truck service on long haulers, dump trucks, buses, and specialized heavy-duty rigs. Medium and heavy-duty parts and accessories for all makes of trucks. Just south of I-94 and Highway 29 South in Alexandria.
Pomp's Tire Service has solutions for tired tires. Whatever your tire choice, make Pomp's your choice. Brakes, wheel alignments, factory maintenance, shocks, and struts. Pomp's has your service needs covered. Pomp's, we know tires and service. You should know Pomp's.
Willmar has the 2-0 lead as we move to the top of the second inning, and Lauren Hornstein will be the first pitch to her from Grace Kalkbrenner is a strike, and it is 0-1. Next pitch is going to be fouled off, and it is a count of 2 strikes.
It's a good cut there from Lauren Hornstein, who came up clutch a couple of times last year. I believe even our first broadcast last year at Fergus Falls came through in second game of a doubleheader.
Here's the next pitch, and it's up and in. Zella Netzelman is the on-deck hitter, and then Maya Purchase will follow here in the top of the second. That's hitters 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Next pitch, I believe, glanced against Lauren Hornstein's hip. So that's the third individual who's been hit by a pitch today. And Alexandria has a leadoff base runner for the first time today.
Yeah, that's their third base runner here today as well. Haven't gotten a hit, but 2 walks in the first. Just getting runners, getting traffic, and now no outs. Just get on base.
Netzelman squared around to bunt, but took the pitch for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, that's the risk of bunting a player forward. Is just if you don't get contact, you got to hope that the runner's going to get there.
Next pitch is offered at by Netzelman, and it's a foul ball, so the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Zella Netzelman, one of the seniors for the Alexandria Cardinals fast pitch softball team. Next pitch offered at and bunted in front of the plate. Nope, they're going to rule foul ball. So evidently it was declared dead as the catcher touched it, so count now 1 and 2 to Netzelman.
Of course, I didn't bring a pencil, so I can't erase that.
Now we got a pitch that's lined right over Karen's foul ball out of play, so Netzelman will not be bunting now, or at least that would be the common logic. If you bunt with 2 strikes, that in essence becomes strike 3, and you're the victim of a strikeout. 1-2 pitch. A little bit off speed. That's how it goes.
Right there from Netzelman.
So that evens things at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's Willmar 2, Alexandria nothing. We're in the top of the second. Next pitch is going to be chopped foul to the right side. So Netzelman's turning this into a decent at bat. She'll get a minimum of 7 pitches. Grace Kalkbrenner during this plate appearance. Next offering is rolled back toward the pitcher's circle, fielded by the third baseman, and the throw to first is good for the out. Kalkbrenner may have gotten a glove on it, but Hannah Magnuson, a very reliable third baseman for Willmar, was able to scoop the ball up and throw over to first base. So it goes 1-5-3 on the putout, and Hornstein moves to second base for Maya Herges.
Very good play there at third base, just backing up the pitcher, and able to get a speedy batter out.
Now we got a pitch line to the right side foul. One thing, JP, I know that as we have our video gear set up for the YouTube broadcast, we know the camera lens is not going to be hit by a foul ball.
Yeah, that is true, yeah. Yeah, the view may be obstructed a little bit by the fence, but...
There's a soft liner to the right side, and the catch is going to be made by the Willmar second baseman, Maya Cameron. So Cameron's going to snare it, and Maya Herges is out number 2 here in the second inning.
Yeah, that was a really good catch there. That was hit hard by Herges, but just a great play there again. That's 2 really good plays for Willmar.
Now Ava Clement will be the batter. First pitch. Fouled, and it's strike 1.
Good job there by Hornstein here for Alexandria at second base, just not leading too much, be able to get back in time and not cause a double play.
Next pitch is off the glove of the first baseman, and that's going to be a fair ball. And meanwhile, Lauren Hornstein's going to round third, and she's going to go in to score. So that was a ground ball that was not handled cleanly by the Willmar first baseman, Grace Etterman. And the ball went into foul territory, but it's still a fair ball. And Ava Clement is able to reach. Meanwhile, Hornstein will score. I believe that's going to be an error on Willmar, and Alexandria is on the board.
Yeah, that was right off the glove, and got another hit here.
Yep, but this one's going to be a grounder to the shortstop for the Willmar Cardinals, and the play is made by Maddie Norston. The throw to first will be good for the out, so Alexandria does come back with 1 to get on the board. And an unearned run because of that error with 2 out in the inning. 1 run, no hits, 1 Willmar error, and 1 runner left out. At the end of an inning and a half in the Central Lakes Conference fast pitch softball matchup at the Willmar Softball Diamonds. New numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard have Willmar leading Alexandria 2-1.
You've seen them, craved them. You voted them the best. Their Smoke and Brews and Q's get their unreal smoked barbecue for catering, drop-offs, or events.
Hi, this is Schmitty from Smoke and Brews and Q's. Our obsession is the meat, our passion is what makes it great.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
What's your number?
I drove 60 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota. I drove 45 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
As we come back to the action at the Willmar Softball Diamonds, I guess it's only appropriate that a person that makes a good defensive play in the field leads off the next half inning, and that's shortstop Maddie Norston. First offering is a ball, then the next one is in from Maddie Johnson for a strike, and it's 1-1. Maddie Norston bats 6th in the Willmar order today. Parker Rux and Aubrey Peterson will follow. There's a soft liner left side, and that will drop in for a base hit. Oh, nice diving attempt there by Ava Clement, as I thought she might stretch out and snare that.
Yeah, she did her best effort, just using every inch of her body just to get out there and lead out.
Yep, base hit there for Maddie Norston, so that will be Willmar's second hit of the game, and designated player Parker Rux will step in. Takes a pitch for a strike, and it's 0-1. Maddie Johnson got into a little bit of difficulty when she hit the first two batters last inning. And eventually some good base running by Willmar, sacrifice fly, and Willmar was able to plate 2 runs. I got a pitch inside, and it's 1-1. I'm sorry, they did roll that a strike, so 0-2 is the count. Looking up the scoreboard off to my right, they are now doing the ball strike indicators where they weren't doing that at the very outset of the game.
Yeah.
Next offering is
seems like Eddie Johnson has settled in just a little bit here, and more accurate first two couple of batters in the first.
Got a count of 2 strikes here to Parker Rocks. Next pitch, swing, a miss. And that will be the second strikeout. Throw it on to second is not going to be in time. It's going to be a stolen base for Maddie Norston. So, Coach Tupa, again, having her team run aggressively on the bases. That is now 4 steals for Willmar today.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, you got the strikeout. Oh my, nice catch there by Ava Clemick to shortstop. And that meant that Maddie Norston really didn't have much time at all to get off the base. But the Adam ball retires Aubrey Peterson, the right fielder. So with 2 gone, the third baseman, Hannah Magnuson, will step in. That was a heck of a catch there by Clemick, just reaching up there. We've seen her really good antics in the field in the last couple of years. Seems like it's only gotten better this year.
Yeah, the nice thing about this Alexandria Cardinal infield defense, everybody has returning experience. Here's a roller left side. Clemick will make the play. Throw to first, retires Magnuson. Threat is by the boards for the host Willmar Cardinals. No runs on a hit. 1 runner left on. Through 2 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in varsity fast pitch softball. It's Willmar 2, Alexandria 1.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
Feel confident. Feel inspired. Embrace your unique beauty at 6th and Broadway Clothing. From expertly curated collections to personalized styling and color analysis services, you can embrace style as beautiful as you.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard, we build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you.
Programming note for those of you that normally dial into KXRA Radio, our 5 o'clock news hour is being preempted today due to our play-by-play of Alexandria fast pitch softball. We appreciate you joining us through the traditional method of radio, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, or 105.7 FM. Thanks for watching our coverage today on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. J.P. Boline and yours truly, Dave McClurg, with the broadcast. Right now, Willmar leads Alexandria 2-1 in the top of the third. Mari Kavit is the leadoff batter, and the first 3 pitches that she has seen in her plate appearance have missed the strike zone. In fact, she has yet to see a strike today. Insert D-Mac Jinx here.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. That one may have been fouled off, so 3-1 the count. Kavit, Brooklyn McPhail, and Greta Kelly are scheduled to bat for Alexandria. Part of the play. That will fill the count out at 3-2.
Very patient here today so far for Mari Kavit.
Payoff pitch, and that's going to be fouled back. So this plate appearance, Mari will get at least 7 pitches from Grace Kalkbrenner, the freshman right-hander for the Willmar Cardinals. There's the payoff. It's upstairs for ball 4. JP Murray Cadet. Yeah, that was really good. She just stayed patient. She saw a couple of pitches she liked, got a piece of them, stayed alive, and earned herself onto first base again.
So Brooklyn McPhail will step in now for Alexandria.
She hit the ball well in her first at-bat, flew out to right.
Yeah, but this time she tried to play a little small ball as she started to bunt, and what is it found? Let's see if the coaches might change things up here. Another bunt attempt, and it nearly got caught by the catcher, which would have been out, but it went off the heel of her glove to the backstop. Now we know we will not have any more bunting here, so, or if we do, foul ball on a bunt with 2 strikes means a strikeout. Kalkbrenner's next pitch is rolled to the left side. Magnuson makes the play, throw over to Grace Ederman at first is good for the out. Meanwhile, Mari Kavit will advance to second for the Alexandria Cardinals. So the potential tying run is now in scoring position with 1 out for Greta Kelly. Kelly in the game drew a walk back in the first inning.
Yeah, it was quality at bat just because you did advance Kavit there, so it's really the same result as you tried to bunt.
Yeah. And now we've got a liner down the left field line, and that will be foul. Looked just a little bit at the end. And that one been a few feet the other way. We could have a tie game now. Greta Kelly would probably be in scoring position herself.
Yeah, that was a good swing there by Greta.
So 0-1 to Kelly. Kalkbrenner's next pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-2. Willmar 2, Alexandria 1 as we play the top of the 3rd inning here at the Willmar Civic Center Softball Diamonds. This pitch is swung on, hit out to right center field, but it's going to be playable, and the catch is going to be made by the center fielder, Weegarter, and there are 2 away.
It's a good swing, too. I mean, Alexandria's just got to get with it fall right now. They put up a few good hits. It's just finding gloves.
And Lauren Getch will be the batter now for Alexandria. First pitch is and it's 0-1. Getch was the strikeout victim last time up to close the first inning. Kalkbrenner's next pitch in the dirt, and it's knocked down at the plate. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. A 2-out knock to the outfield would be lovely here for Alexandria. It's a little bit too far in. And it's 2-1 now to Lauren Getch. Kalkbrenner, the right-hander, winds up and delivers. Here's a ground ball left side, fielded by the shortstop, and sends it high to the first base bag, and that's going to be a throwing error, and that's going to allow Mari Kavit to come around and score, and this game is tied.
Well, there it is. Cardinals needed a break, and they got one right there. That was a clean play at short. Just got away from her, and able to score there. Mari Kavit, so Alexandria ties the game at 2.
So Maddie Norston will be charged with the throwing error, no RBI, and the inning continues for Lauren Hornstein. First pitch is a strike, and it's 0-1. Hornstein got hit by a pitch on a, I believe, a strike last time up.
1-2 count, got hit right in the thigh.
And now she's behind in the count, 0-2. Kalkbrenner's next pitch sails upstairs, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 2 Willmar errors have allowed 2 unearned Alexandria runs to score. Pitch on the way, and this one skied in the air. Middle of the infield, playable and caught by the shortstop Maddie Norston, and that will retire the side. So Alexandria takes advantage of the extra out by getting this game deadlocked. 1 run for Alexandria, again without the benefit of a hit. 1 Willmar Cardinals error, and 1 runner was left on base. We move to the bottom of the 3rd next. But before we get to the break, let's give you the numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. In Central Lakes Conference Fast Pitch Softball, it's Alexandria 2, Willmar 2.
where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Willmar for our broadcast coverage. High school fast pitch softball, the first of 4 scheduled regular season games that we'll have on these various platforms. It's a 2-2 game as Isley Rebarger leads off, and the first pitch is the strike from Eddie Johnson. Now a pitch is going to be in the dirt. Rebarger was looking to offer maybe put a bunt down. She ended up getting hit by a pitch in the first inning, and she would score the game's first run on a wild pitch. Next offering is rolled to the left side, and this will go foul. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nora Neskens is the on-deck batter for Willmar, and then Grace Etherman will follow. That's the top third of the Willmar lineup. First-year varsity head coach, Brianna Chuba. 1-2 pitch, off speed, and it's a third strike.
That was a really pretty pitch there. That was just an off speed that did not look like it was going to get in the zone. Just dropped right in.
Yeah, danced right in, and so Addie Johnson has her 3rd strikeout of the game. Neskens will now step in to bat for the Willmar Cardinals. First pitch is out of the zone there, and it's 1-0.
One of the 2 hit-by-pitch victims back in the first inning did end up coming home and scoring.
Yeah, both players that got hit by pitches are the ones that came around to score.
Yeah.
There's one that goes too far inside, and it's 2 balls, no strikes.
2 good pitches, just off the plate a little bit, though.
2-2 our score, bottom of the 3rd inning here at the Willmar Civic Center softball diamonds. Eddie Johnson's next offering, upstairs, and it's 3-0. So far through 2 1/3, Johnson has 3 strikeouts, giving up 2 hits. She'll try to battle back from 3-0, but Neskens, and it's a 4-pitch walk. That'll be the first base on balls that Addie Johnson has issued today. Once we wrap up the bottom of the 3rd inning, we'll have our halftime report, or mid-game report as I like to say, presented to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. Here's a bunt attempt. It's in front of the plate, and it's going to be ruled foul. So 1 strike to Grace Etterman. So the Willmar Cardinals trying to play some small ball even with 1 out. Or it could be that Grace Etterman feels that she's got good speed. Those teammates in front of her in the batting order have some nice speed as well. There's another bunt attempt. This is in front of the plate. Fielded, and the throw to first is good for the out. Played in the air by Brooklyn and fails. So the sacrifice flying or sacrifice bunt will be successful. Goes 3rd to first with Warren Hornstein.
Hey, wait, get the last one. Here we go.
Yeah, that was a good play there. At first base.
Thank you.
But she had to reach a little bit, but it was a good play, good throw.
Yeah, so 5-4 on the sacrifice bunt. Now Brendan Carroll hits one to the left side, foul. Count as 1 strike. So now you have a base runner at second, but there are 2 out. So Addie Johnson just looking to get that 3rd out in any way, shape, or form. Ground out, pop out, strike out, fly out. Here's the next offering is rolled to the left side again, going foul.
It tripped her up a little bit there. That one is a very early swing.
Yeah, but I get the feeling, you know, especially with Brindley Carroll being an 8th grader right now, I think Addie Johnson has a lot of cards in her deck, if you will. Let's say a pop-up right side, and Mari Kibit's going to put it away, and that's going to end the bottom of the 3rd inning. Willmar fails to get back in front, and that moves us into our mid-game report, brought to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. Our first broadcast of fast pitch softball on KXRA Radio and through the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. It's been a game where Alexandria had an early threat, leaving 2 on base in the top of the 1st inning. Willmar took advantage of a bit of wildness from Alexandria junior pitcher Addie Johnson, who hit the first 2 batters. Both eventually came around to score, one on a wild pitch and one on a Grace Ederman sacrifice fly. But then Alexandria was able to counter thanks to some Willmar defense as the visiting Alexandria Cardinals scored an unearned run in the top of the 2nd inning, another unearned run in the top of the 3rd inning. So through 3 full regulation innings of this game, again we play 7 in fast pitch softball in high school ranks. Alexandria does not have a hit, but the visiting Alexandria Cardinals are tied with the Willmar Cardinals. It is a 2-2 game, with Alexandria getting set to bat in the 4th, and we will have that top of the 4th inning straight ahead. Our thanks to Eldon's Fresh Foods for presenting the mid-game report. And again, we've got play-by-play of the 4th on the way next.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple.
Nolan Etzelman leads off the top of the 4th inning for the Alexandria Cardinals, and so far, Grace Kalkbrenner, the pitcher for Willmar, has yet to find the strike zone. It's 3 balls and no strikes. Next offering is going to be up and in, and that's a leadoff base on balls. And being a bit of a homer as I am, that's an optimistic sign for the Alexandria Cardinals.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back leadoff walks for Alexandria. They were able to score Mari Kibit back in the 3rd.
And now we've got a bunt attempt by Maya Burgess, but that goes foul. And it is a comfortable Maya Burgess lined out to second last time up. Now lays down the bunt. Good one up the first base line. The catcher fields. Throw down the first base line is going to be wide. Now Burgess is going to take off for second. He'll be in safely there as the throw goes high. Meanwhile, Etzelman will go all the way over to 3rd. So Alexandria now has a 2nd and 3rd base situation with nobody out.
Yeah, a couple of errors there. I'd say one error there just with the throw, but a really good bunt by Burgess kind of forces that. It's a difficult play, especially with the speed, so it causes a mound visit as well.
Yeah, and on my sheet, I don't know, JP, maybe you can elect to disagree with me. I'll credit Maya Burgess with a bunt single there, and then she advances to second on the overthrow down to first base, so it's going to be an error on the catcher, allowing Burgess to get to second base.
Yeah, I can see that.
So Alexandria actually now has its first hit of the game. Maya Burgess bunt. And Ava Clement has the opportunity to put her team on top for the first time today. She put one in play last time up, a sharp grounder to the first base side. Grace Ederman did not handle cleanly. First offering, a swing and a miss. 6-1. Alexandria with a golden opportunity to break this 2-2 tie here in the top of the 4th inning.
Yeah, just got to get the ball in play.
Got a pitch that gets skied foul, and it's going to be over our heads, so count is 0-2.
That was ready, D-Mac.
Yep. That's good work. Because I was kind of losing it a little bit here. Next pitch is on the inside corner for strike 3. So Ava Klimek is going to be caught looking for out number 1. Strikeout there for the freshman Grace Kalkbrenner, her 3rd K of the day. So back we go to the top of the order for Addie Johnson. Takes upstairs, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Base runners include Zella Netzelman at 3rd base, Maya Herges at 2nd. 1 away. Side in the air, right side, and the ball is a basket catch for the Willmar Cardinals 2nd baseman, Maya Cameron. So a strikeout and a pop-up, and Willmar is trying to tap dance his way out of the road. Now Murray Kivitz the count is 1 strike.
Fastball off of Kalkbrenner's hands it's really fast. It's just a matter of
Next pitch a little bit low. Kivitz has been on with a pair of walks today. She scored the tying run last inning in the 3rd. That a girl. Down the right field line. That's going to drop in for a hit. That's going to score a couple of runs. Meanwhile, the throw goes home. Kivitz taking off for 2nd, and she'll be tagged out there. But both runners, Netzelman and Herges, will score. So Mari Kivitz comes through with a key 2-out hit. I think we're going to make that our smoke and brews and cues, smoke and play of today's game. The 2-out safety puts Alexandria on top. I believe the put out at 2nd base will end up going 9-2-6 for the 3rd out. Summering in the top of the 4th inning for Alexandria. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 Willmar error, and nobody left on base. Now through 3.5 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Varsity fast pitch softball. It's Alexandria 4, Willmar 2.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
We come back to the Willmar Civic Center softball diamonds. Leadoff batter is the pitcher Grace Kalkbrenner, and she rolls one to the right side where Mari Kivitz will make the play, and the throw to first is good for the out. So the Willmar Cardinals have their leadoff batter retired by Addie Johnson for a 2nd consecutive inning. Now the shortstop Maddie Norston will step in. He was able to flare one out into shallow left field for a base hit in the 2nd.
Yeah, she got a stolen base as well, so some speed there.
First offering a little bit outside, and it's kind of 1 ball, no strikes. Even though the top of the 4th inning did feature a throwing error, I believe the comments that the Alexandria Cardinals were able to score will end up being earned. Pitch to Norston is inside, and it's now 2 balls, no strikes. Now we got a pitch low, and it's a count of 3 balls, no strikes. Addie Johnson has only walked 1 batter. She has hit 2, and she has struck out 3. Here's the next offering. That is too far. It is good strike. Pretty good pitch, yeah. I think Norston was thinking ball 4, but she just to try to lend some favoritism. Now she swings and misses on the sweep too.
That's a good pitch right there.
Eddie Johnson, right hand looking to come all the way back. Payoff pitch, knocked in the air. It's going to go foul. Back behind the backstop. So the count's still 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Went back with that fastball. I wonder if there was going to be something to slow it down with 3 balls, 2. Might just try to find the lateral maybe.
Yeah, I think Addie Johnson just has a lot of options here. It wouldn't surprise me if she maybe comes with a slow pitch, maybe a drop ball. Different things to do. She delivers one that's hit out the left field, and it's going to drop in up against the base of the wall. The wind carried that a little bit, and going all the way over to third base is Maddie Norston with a triple. Well, I think that one initially it looked like it was going to be pretty routine, but I think the wind was actually blowing it away from the Alexandria Cardinals left fielder Maya Herges, and it ended up dropping in. So Norston is able to make it to third, and now Parker Rux will be the batter.
Yeah, that on a very calm summer day, that could be into the parking lot. That was hit very, very well. It might have just got pushed back, which
so now Rux takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. Alexandria 4, Willmar 2. We are in the last of the 4th inning in Willmar. Pitched a little bit low, and it's now 1 ball, 1 strike.
Rux struck out 2 innings ago.
That was the only plate appearance so far today. Here's the next offering. It's going to stay upstairs. 2-1. Now the temperature at game time is around 50 degrees. Maybe a little bit north of that, 53 or so, but again, pretty stiff breeze out of the northwest here. Popped in the air, foul territory, and it's going to drop. And that's going to count out at 2-2. Weinstein, Murray, and Zella Metzelman were all giving chase. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Rux. Eddie Johnson throws the rubber. Next pitch. Bit of a change-up there to see if Rux might offer it. 3-2 pitch. Late. And 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Came back with the fastball and it was off the bat.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Or maybe now the umpires are going to get involved in some conversation here.
I mean, it certainly sounded like there was contact with the bat there. I think that's the decision.
Yep, because it looks like Rux is going with a 3 ball, 2 strike count. Also a strikeout here. Johnson does have 3 Ks today. Payoff pitch. So it's still 3 balls, 2 strikes. A reminder that you are listening to People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, and 105.7 FM. Thanks for watching us as well on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. And here's a swing at a pitch that was tailing in the dirt, and the ball was not held by Greta Kelly, so she had to run up the baseline, but she's able to make the tag. So I was kind of yearning on.
Hey, we're diving here in field. Let's go.
Directly or indirectly for a K, and lo and behold, Addie Johnson delivered it.
There you go. Yeah, that was a really good drop ball.
And now we got a liner out into center field, and Aubrey Peterson's going to collect an RBI single here as Willmar gets back a little bit in a run. It's now 4-3.
At the plate, number 2.
attacking first pitch there, and just a really good hit out to right center, and
Fine grass, and Wilmar gets back.
Gets back one. Yeah, that's the first scoring for the hosts since the bottom of the first inning. Hannah Magnuson will now step in. She takes a pitch a little bit out of the zone, and it's 1 ball, no strikes.
Just thrown out by a really good play by Klimek back in the second.
Pitch upstairs, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Willmar has now collected 4 hits today off Addie Johnson. Wilmar's out hitting Alexandria 4-2, but the visitors have a 4-3 lead. There's a pitch upstairs.
Wilmar's not chasing a whole lot. One strikeout on Brooks wasn't there, but they're waiting right now.
Next pitch, catcher's plate. It's a strike called to Hannah Magnuson, and it's now 3-1. 4-3, Alexandria with the lead. Last of the fourth. Pitch is far inside. It's ball 4. Now the catcher in position for the Willmar Cardinals. There's Addie Johnson and her second plate pass.
It's got 2 outs. Just get the ball on the ground. Strikeout would be awesome, but just get the ball on the ground or get a beat contact.
First offering to Liebarger is in the dirt, ball 1. Leslie Liebarger has been hit by a pitch, and she's been called out on strikes. Now it looks like we're going to have a conference here as the catcher Greta Kelly will join the rest of the Alexandria infielders for the conference with pitcher Addie Johnson. And Alexandria came into the game at 3-0. Very good opening week for Alexandria's fast pitch softball team, averaging 11 runs per game in that 3-0 start. 9-2 win over Grand Rapids, 12-7 win over Hutchinson, and 12-5 win over Little Falls. 1-0 to Liebarger. Next pitch is skied in the air, in the infield, and the catcher, Greta Kelly, will make the catch. I believe that was a fair ball catch by the Alexandria backstop player, and that will retire the side. Willmar does get on the board with a 2-out base hit by Aubrey Peterson, leading one of her teammates, but Willmar settles for the 1 run, 2 hits. No Alexandria errors, and 1 runner, actually 2 runners left on base. Through 4 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. The new score is Alexandria 4, Willmar 3.
Garden Center features 34 lanes of bowling fun. Whether you're an avid bowler or just looking for a fun outing, add Garden Center lanes to your calendar and make it a fun date.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer.
We appreciate you joining us here for our live play-by-play, whether you're watching today on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube, or maybe you're enjoying the coverage tonight on KXRA Radio. Along with JP Boline, I am Dave McClure. Steve D is our KXRA Radio studio engineer. We're in the top of the 5th inning. The leadoff batter, Brooklyn McPhail, has taken the first 2 pitches from Grace Malta out of the strike zone. And now we've got a base hit to left field for McPhail. So Brooklyn McPhail got in front in the count and then grounded one in the hole to left field.
Yeah, and she's been itching for a hit here today. She had a really good contact back in the first, flew out to right, and just a good play to short back in the third. So Brooklyn finally getting on board here for the hit. Another lead off base run for Ellie.
And Greta Kelly's going to put down the bunt. The first is going to be good for the out. So one away as the sacrifice is successful. I believe that was 2-4. And Vail advances into scoring position.
It's a strategy they've done all day. Actually, both teams they've gotten a lead off runner and tried to bunt him forward.
And now the batter will be Lauren Getch. It's upstairs. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
Strikeout here today. And got to second, back to the third. Here.
For a strike, and that evens things at 1-1. Alexandria trailed 2-0 going into the top of the second inning. Now we got a pitch in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Alexandria's kind of pecked away little by little. Single runs in the second and third innings, and 2 runs in the top of the fourth. Strike, and it's an even count at 2-2.
Just put the ball and play to the right side.
Yes, that's exactly what it prescribed. Did you know that was going to happen?
I must have.
I know it ended up being a ground out, but if you were watching on YouTube, you know, JP was describing it, and Lauren Getch did exactly that. She grounded the ball to the right side. Now, she probably would have wanted to find grass instead, but she did move the base runner, Brooklyn McPhail to third. But this gives Lauren Hornstein the opportunity to bat. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Next one is right into left field, and that's going to be a base hit. Lauren Hornstein able to come through with a 2-out hit, and Alexandria retakes a 2-1 lead. It's the Alexandria Cardinals 5, the Willmar Cardinals 3.
Yeah, that was good hitting, just getting up there and seeing what you like right away. And Alexandria gets a 2-run lead now.
Yep, so the Alexandria Cardinals have 4 hits, make it 5 in the game as the next batter, Netzelman, is on with a base hit to center. And so this 2-out threat continues for the Alexandria Cardinals. And now we're going to have a conference in the pitcher's circle here, and Willmar's head coach Brianna Tupa, I think, also involved, and I think they're going to change pitchers here in the top of the 5th inning. So let's see who's going to come in to do the work in the circle for Willmar.
Yeah, we didn't quite see the number yet.
Yep. You know it's a right-hander, and
7.
Yep, and let's see, on the, I believe that's Claire Genningsman will have the opportunity to throw now for the Willmar Cardinals. So Genningsman, she's even younger than is Kalkbrenner. Genningsman is a 7th grader. So she will be the new pitcher, and she'll get some token tosses here before she faces Maya Hurgis.
Yeah, and Alexandria is threatening the most here so far tonight. The base runners both on first and second, but a really good hit there by Lauren Horns. They've gotten lucky with some fielding errors from Willmar as well, but they've put up a lot of runs this year. And you mentioned it off the air. It takes one hit on this team can quickly rack up the score.
At plate, number 11, Hurgis.
Maya Hurgis will be the first batter that Claire Genningsman will face. So Hurgis would like to continue to do some more damage here. Having a bunt single, which at that point of the game was the first Alexandria hit. That was just last inning. He takes hold for ball 1.
Hurgis, too, earlier in this inning was taking some warm-up pitches to behind us. So
baseman Ederman off the bank, so Burgess is going to reach. Everybody is safe. Okay, JP, I'm going to ask you to be the official scorer here.
I mean, that one I think is just Hurt's speed, and it was a really good bunt. So
and
I say it's a hit.
Yeah, we'll go with an infield hit for Meyer, so that's 3 consecutive hits.
Her second hit with the bunt too.
So that brings Ava Klimek with the opportunity to bat here with bases loaded. So Alexandria has scored a run to take a 5-3 lead, but Cardinals from Alexandria Area High School are looking to chow down here. Ava Klimek officially is 0 for 2. That's pitch. Strike zone.
They got on an error back in the second and struck out on 3 pitches quickly. That fourth.
Next pitch, roll to the right side, fielded by the second baseman. Throw a little bit high, but it is made. Grace Ederman makes the grab over at first, with Maya Cameron getting the assist. So Genningsman able to limit the damage for Alexandria, but the visiting Cardinals are able to add to their lead. 1 run on what turned out to be a total of 4 hits in the top of the 5th inning. No Willmar Cardinal errors, and the bases were left loaded. New score at the end of 4.5 innings in the Central Lakes Conference opening game of the league schedule. On the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, Alexandria leads at Willmar 5-3.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing.
America's best checking for students. Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new unused equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown.
In the first inning, and then the host scored 1 in the bottom of the 4th. Next pitch, a little bit out of the strike zone, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, Johnson's been doing pretty good since that first inning at the top of the order. I mean, go back to struck out last in the 3rd, and then Nestler did get out of the walk, but then the next 2 batters. Here in the top half of the order, so Johnson doing a good job.
Yeah, it seems to me the most potent threat is one who would bat possibly the leadoff batter Neskis is going to reach on a single to center. That being Maddie Norston. Norston is presently 2 for 2 today. At the number 3 batter in the lineup, that being Grace Ederman. Ederman in the game officially does not have an at-bat. She has to sacrifice fly and an RBI and the sacrifice bunt. Now she chokes up the bunt, but takes upstairs for ball 1. Ederman does represent the tying bunt for the Willmar Cardinals. Minnesota to start the season this past weekend. Wilmer was defeated by Moose Lake Willow River, and I believe that was a 7-4 score, and then they were defeated by the host team, Zumbrota Mazeppa. There's a big hit there. The Anthony's going to move Nescus down to second base. It'll be a wild pitch. 3-ball, no strike count. First wild pitch here tonight. Well, in a while. She had one back in the first inning that scored the first one of the game. Ground ball right side. Flipped by Mari Kavit over to Hornstein. Is good for the out. So one away, and that moves the Willmar base runner Nescus over to third. And Brindley Carroll will now have a chance to bat. So can Carroll come through? She got on base with a hit in the first inning, and then she was retired on a pop in the second. I think we're going to have a pitching change. You had mentioned earlier, JP, that Maya Hergis was doing some throwing, and it looks like she's going to get the call here. As Addie Johnson will move to the outfield. So,
yeah, it looks like she's going to move to center field in place of Maya Hergis.
Yeah, that's probably going to move Lauren.
We have a pitching change
I would guess over to the left. But we'll wait and see the Addie Johnson and is in the outfield now, engaged in some conversation while Maya Hergis is kind of getting situated in the pitcher's circle, getting some tune-up tosses before she faces Whitney Carroll. Yeah, I think Warren got left feet. And I know, I think when I visited with Jackie Stifter ahead of the broadcast today, putting together the interview for the Jockner Motors pregame show, I asked her about the possibility of seeing a couple of different pitchers during the course of the day, and she said that's a possibility.
Yeah, especially on a cool day like this. I'm not sure what the weather was.
Oh, it was nice. You remember Friday and Saturday.
That's true, yes. So this probably is the coolest game here today. And just that wind, it's coming straight the field and just keep arms safe.
First pitch from Maya Hergis to the Willmar Cardinals. Whitney Carroll gets fouled off, and it's one strike. Hergis would like to get a strikeout or a pop-up, if at all possible. Pop-up right side. Mari Kavit does a nice job playing it, and she makes the catch and then runs the ball back to the infield. So,
perfectly executed play there.
At the plate, number 7,
So, 2 gone now for Grace Kalkbrenner. This might be the pitcher, it's going to be a pop-up in the infield, and the catch is made. I think it was going to be Greta Kelly.
It is Greta Kelly, yeah. She came away with it there.
Yep, and that does retire the Willmar pitcher. That was Claire Genningsman getting her first at-bat in the game. So Maya Hergis does the job, getting a couple of infield pumps, and that retires the side. Willmar does not get on the scoreboard. No runs on a hit, no Alexandria errors, and 1 left on base. 5 full in the books here at the Willmar Civic Center Softball Diamonds. On the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, it's Alexandria 5, Willmar 3.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing.
America's best checking for students. Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best. Piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
5 innings in the books in fast pitch softball at Willmar. The Alexandria Cardinals lead is going to be retired. Second, and there is one away.
Good play there at second just to get that play in. I mean, Addie's a great athlete, so had to get in quickly and a clean catch and clean throw.
5 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Alexandria. 7 runners left on base. The Willmar Cardinals, 3 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors, and 3 runners stranded. Those 3 errors have led to 2 of the Alexandria runs being unearned. Pitch, a strike to Marty Kavit. Next pitch is the zone, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Kavit has yet to be retired today. 2 walks and a 2 RBI single to break a 2-2 tie. Now she rolls one to the right side, and there I threw the D-Mac jinx on her. She ends up being retired on an unassisted ground ball putout for out number 2. But Mark Kavit has done a lot of things well today for Alexandria, not only with the productive plate appearances, but just catching that pop-up for out number 2 last half inning, JP. Well. First baseman for Willmar, Grace Ederman's going to play the wind well as she makes a catch right on the foul side of the right field line. And the Willmar pitcher, Claire Genningsman, sets down Alexandria quietly in the top of the 6th inning. We're going to move to the last of the 6th, and the numbers stayed the same on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. In Central Lakes Conference fast pitch softball, Alexandria leads at Willmar 5-3.
Welcome to the spirit of Lake Town hospitality. Welcome to D. Mike's Resort Bar and Grill. From legacy locals, seasonal visitors, to traveling teams, you are our community. Come share in our rustic flavors, modern flair, and authentic roots. Legacy inspired, community infused.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
We move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Maddie Norston will be the leadoff hitter for the Willmar Cardinals. And she fouls one off. It's 1 strike. Norston, Parker Rux, and Aubrey Peterson are the scheduled hitters in the bottom of the 6th inning for Willmar, which has some work to do, down by 2 runs. Maddie Norston is 2 for 2 today. She skies one middle infield, and the ball's going to drop to the left of the shortstop, Ava Klimek. And again, I think that's a wind-aided situation. Little to no wind, that's probably a catch, but Maddie Norston is going to reach, and that's going to be the first Alexandria error of the game.
Yeah, it's just one of those where you're backpedaling a little bit towards the top of the diamond, and that wind is blowing, but it's usually a routine one there.
So Norston is on, and Parker Rux will bat. She swings and misses at the first pitch. Against the starter, Addie Johnson, struck out twice. Now a pitch goes too far inside, and Norston's going to take off the second. So a wild pitch puts a runner in scoring position. Willmar has had some threats. The hosts left a runner at third last inning. Left 2 on base in the bottom of the 4th inning without adding to the 1 run it scored that half inning.
Yeah, and I think no matter what the result is, both teams are going to come away with just missing out on some opportunities. They both threatened. Alexandria's had bases loaded.
And Parker Rux is going to end up getting called out on strikes here. Went to 1 and 2, and then she took one from Maya Herges. So nice strikeout there for Herges. And Aubrey Peterson will be the batter. First pitch inside. I think the count.
Peterson has a hit here tonight and an RBI back in 4th. One of the others.
It's going to be trapped, and it's going to be a base hit for Peterson. Meanwhile, Maddie Norston will go to 3rd. That one was sinking quickly in front of Zella Netzelman, but it dropped in safely for a base hit.
Yeah, really good work there out and right to just keep that ball in front. I don't know if it was on purpose, if the ball just bounced in the glove, but it held and Norston at 3rd there and able to score.
So now runners at the corners for Hannah Magnuson. First pitch is a strike, and then the throw goes down to second base, and it's going to be wide of the bag. Aubrey Peterson's going to go to second, and Maddie Norston's going to score. Now Alexandria's defense is showing some shakiness here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Now a 5-4 game, and the potential tying run is at second base. The pitch to Magnuson was a strike. I believe that will go as a stolen base for Aubrey Peterson, and then an errant throw from the catcher Kelly allows Norston to come in to score.
And puts another runner in scoring position with Peterson there on second now. So just gotta clean it up.
We go White.
Focus back up.
There's a pitch a little bit low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Hannah Magnuson, the number 9 hitter in the order, is 0 for 1 with a base on ball. He swings and hits one out to right center field, and it's going to be off the glove of Netzelman, and it's going to be in play. The ball comes back to the infield, and Willmar's going to have runners at second and third. The lead base runner, Peterson, had to hold at second to make sure the ball wasn't caught. And then it popped out of Zella Netzelman's glove.
Bear down here.
And you're going to have a second and third situation. Now Isley Rebarger will step up for the Willmar Cardinals. First pitch is cut on and missed. It's 0-1. I believe that's going to go as an error on Netzelman.
Yeah, that one was in the glove, and it just popped out. It's a tough play, right? Especially with that wind and the sun right in your eyes, too.
Next pitch to Rebarger is fouled off, and it's 0-2. So Willmar now has a potential tying run 60 feet away. Potential go-ahead run is also in scoring position. 2 strikes here to Rebarger. Next pitch, a little bit outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's Alexandria 5, Willmar 4 in varsity fast pitch softball, bottom of the 6th inning. Next pitch is upstairs, and that evens it out at 2-2.
Kelly to keep the runners in position.
Rebarger is 0 for 2 for the one time where she got hit by a pitch. Now she is taking 3 straight pitches from Maya Herges on the strike zone. Count is 4-2. Here's the layoff pitch, and it's being fouled to the right side.
Yeah, had her turned there a little bit, so very late, decided to swing very late, so back to something a little different speed, but this is the first time that Rebarger has faced Maya Herges.
So another payoff pitch to Rebarger, and this one's skied in the air. And it's going to go on the play. So it's still 3 balls, 2 strikes. Base hit to the outfield could give the Willmar Cardinals the lead. Maya Herges trying to find it out.
Hey, here we go, White. Let's go.
Very generous here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Extending this half inning. Payoff pitch. Sixth inning, 4 have reached. Somehow the visitors still have a 1-run lead. Now we go back to the number 2 hitter in the lineup, Nora Neskes, and she has yet to be retired today. So we might get another change here. Jackie Stifter, one of the co-coaches of the Alexandria fast pitch softball team, is out for a conference.
Might just be counted down hers as well. Just not sure if it's her first action this year. But just trying to one out. Bases are unloaded.
And I think this is, with all the infielders in on this discussion, this is also strategy. Now that you do have first base occupied, there's a force play at any base, including home plate. So, little dribbler in front of the plate. If it stays fair, then Greta Kelly can touch the plate and get a force out. Of course, Neskes is hoping for nothing like a little dribbler. Swings and misses at the first pitch. It's 0-1. Neskes got hit by a pitch and scored a run in the first inning. Walked in the third, singled the center in the 5th. Pitch too far inside, and it's a count of 1-1. Alexandria clinging to a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Alexandria perilous softball, and now there's a little dribble in front of the plate, and it's going to be a fair ball, and nobody is able to field it. It was almost a swinging bunt down the third base. I'm sorry. They did call it a foul. So, Neskes has to go back to the plate again. So, 2-2 now the count. Next pitch is going to be fouled off to the right side. And it's still 2 balls, 2 strikes.
They got the soft contact there. Just thankfully it rolled foul. Obviously, you can see from the angle they have it.
Neskes kind of hit that one off the handle and fouled it off to the right of the plate.
Runners were running and thinking it was a wild pitch, but that was back.
Still 2-2 to Nora Neskes. Next pitch is grounded up the middle into center field, a base hit. That's going to give the Willmar Cardinals the lead. As the ball gets relayed back in, a 2-run single for Nora Neskes has put Willmar in front of Alexandria 6-5.
That was a really well hit ball, just right up the middle, and Neskes just has not put down to the head.
Yeah, for second give of the game, scores 2. And now you've got runners at first and third as the speedy Isley Rebarger is able to go from first to third on the play.
At the plate, number 8, Ederman.
So now it's Grace Ederman's turn to bat for the Willmar Cardinals. Tough lesson. Here's a pitch that is going to be ruled a strike. Meanwhile, the trailing base runner Neskes is going to go to second. So stolen base there. Next pitch a ball, and it's a count of 1-1. Wind up. Next pitch is low, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike. So Willmar is hunting 3 on the board here in the last of the 6th inning. That means Alexandria is going to have to score in the top of the 7th. How many runs will visiting Cardinals need? Well, they're going to need at least 1 to push the game along. They have to assume that Willmar doesn't score anymore here. 3-1 to count. Out into left field, hanging up. Catch made by Lauren Getch. It's going to end up being a sacrifice fly as Rebarger is going to come across, and Willmar takes a 7-5 lead. They've been the beneficiary of multiple outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and Willmar has taken full advantage. Now Brindley Carroll will bat for the Willmar Cardinals. There's a pitch skied in the air over toward the fence, and this will be out of play. Back to the Cardinals. Again, it all started with a drop pop-up in the infield on the first batter, and then later on a fly ball that ended up being grounded in right field. That's 2 of the 3 errors that the Alexandria defense has had here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Now we've got a pop-up. This one is in the infield, and the catch will be made by David Lemick, and that will retire the side. Willmar bats 8 in the bottom of the 6th inning and does major damage. 4-run score on a total of 2 hits, 1 walk, 3 Alexandria errors, and 1 runner left on base. So let's see if the visitors can have a comeback of their own. Alexandria needs at least 2 to prolong the game. New score after 6 has the Willmar Cardinals leading the Alexandria Cardinals on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's Willmar 7, Alexandria 5.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
On the field, a lot of people know me as number 11. Off the field, I appreciate how First Western Bank and Trust bankers take the time to learn about me and never treat me as just a number. You too can bank where you'll never be just an account number.
Garden Center features 34 lanes of bowling fun. Whether you're an avid bowler or just looking for a fun outing, add Garden Center lanes to your calendar and make it a fun date.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
The Alexandria Cardinals, for the second time today, trail by 2 runs. But the visitors now have just 3 outs to play with, trailing 7-5. Greta Kelly fouls the first pitch off. It's 1 strike.
This team has put up a lot of runs this year, and I mean, we mentioned it, the cold does put a factor on batting, but
pitches a strike to Greta Kelly, and it's 0-2. Kelly officially 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt. Here's the next pitch. It's going to foul back to the screen. Greta Kelly, Lauren Getch, and Lauren Hornstein are the scheduled batters for Alexandria here in the 7th.
Last 4 innings, last inning going down 1-2-3 though.
Here's the 2-strike pitch. It's back again. No balls, 2 strikes. Greta Kelly did reach base on the walk back in the opening inning. All 4 of the Willmar runs in the bottom of the 6th inning are unearned because of the 3 Alexandria errors. There's a pitch down in the air, middle of the infield, and the catch is going to be made by the shortstop, Maddie Norston, and there's one down. So Greta Kelly retired on the top of the short. Lauren Getch batting off the shallow center field, and the catch is going to be made. So quickly 2 gone. This young pitcher for the Willmar Cardinals, Claire Genningsman, has really been just what Coach Brianna Chupa could have asked for today. She has calmed things down and is in the process of trying to get a win in the circle. Lauren Hornstein will try to keep the game going. First pitch is a strike.
Yeah, she throws hard and just keeps things moving too. Her delivery is quick. And Alexander just had a hard
did get on base with a hit last time up that scored a run. That was in the 5th inning. That gave Alexandria a 5-3 advantage. But Willmar has done all the scoring since. Pitch is inside, so 1-1 the count. Genningsman's next off is a little bit low. It's 2-1.
Houston had a RBI single back in the 5th. Had a really nice hit out.
Yep, she's been swinging a good bat all spring. In that win against Hutchinson, a couple of home runs in the victory against the Tigers. He takes out of the strike zone and it's 3-1. Well, you know what? Got to get the 21st out yet, so as long as Lauren Hornstein keeps the plate appearance going, maybe she reaches here and gets that line moving. 3-1 the count. Genningsman delivers upstairs, and that's a 5-pitch walk to Lauren Hornstein.
Good at bats there with 2 outs. He top of the 7th, so really important. Tying run up the plate here. Snap throw down to first, and Hornstein back in. I believe they ruled that ball out. So 1 ball strikes to Zella Menzel. Menzel got a base hit last time up. She's also been on base with a walk. That pitch that eludes the Willmar Cardinals catcher, and a wild pitch. Lauren Hornstein second. I see the scoreboard now. I think it should be. I thought it was 2-0, but maybe that first pitch was a strike. Yeah, I think the count is correct. The first one that I thought was a strike initially, I think, was put up on the board. But anyway, the accurate count at the moment is 1 and 2. Zella Menzel. Claire Genningsman winds up and delivers. Here's a pitch roll foul. Count going. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, Menzelman looking to get on base and try to extend this game to Maya Hergis, who has been on base twice herself. 7-5 Willmar in the top of the 7th. And that is the ball game.
And there you have it.
So, a couple of things happened in reverse today. The Willmar Cardinals entered the game winless. That's no more. The Alexandria Cardinals came in undefeated. That's no more as well. The only strikeout for Claire Genningsman in her 2 1/3 innings of work ends up ending the ball game. So the Willmar Cardinals rally back for a 2-run win over Alexandria. 7-5 the final score. The Alexandria Cardinals suffered their first defeat here in the spring of 2025 and are now at 3-1 on the year. The Willmar Cardinals with the victory now stand at 1 and 2 and move ahead of Alexandria in the CLC standings. So that's going to do it for our play-by-play. For our studio engineer, Steve D, back at the KX studio. We'll combine the top of the 7th inning break with the bottom 7th break. So just a minute, or a few minutes anyway, we'll return to Willmar and get rolling with our post-game report brought to you by Jutner Motors of Alexandria after this timeout.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Food.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Make it Jutner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Jutner Motors your best price dealer.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
You've seen them, craved them. You've voted them the best. Their Smoke and Brews and Q's get their unreal smoked barbecue for catering, drop-offs, or events.
Hi, this is Schmitty from Smoke and Brews and Q's. Our obsession is the meat. Our passion is what makes it great.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, Rx Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
Precision Auto reminds you to plan for the inevitable, the change of weather and its impact on your vehicle. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust the precision of a pro. Precision Auto. On 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
We welcome you back to the Willmar Civic Center Softball Diamonds, where the Alexandria Cardinal fast-pitch softball team got upended by the host Willmar Cardinals. Willmar put together a rally in the bottom of the 6th inning, taking advantage of shaky Alexandria defense, and Willmar would score 4 unearned runs and rally for a 7-5 victory. Welcome back as we bring you the post-game report presented to you by Juttner Motors in Alexandria. Along with my broadcast partner, JP Boline, I am DMAC, Dave McClurg. JP, I know that for the Alexandria kids, this was the coldest day to be outdoors to play a softball game, because when they hosted Grand Rapids on Friday, it was about 62 degrees or so. It started off a little bit cool down in Hutchinson on Saturday, you know, probably 50 degrees, but it moved up pretty quickly there. But you can only blame weather for a certain instance, but what are your impressions of what transpired here?
Yeah, I mean, it was just early season stuff that they maybe haven't had this year. Some errors in the field that really resulted in the runs later on in the game when it mattered, and maybe just adjusting to a pitcher, maybe the style that they haven't seen yet this year. The weather, I mean, it has an effect, but like you said, to a certain extent. I mean, the hitting did take a little bit of an effect from the warmer weather that they saw this last weekend, but today just wasn't their best game, and I think they're going to bounce back. They learn from these mistakes. You're probably not going to go undefeated every year. I mean, so mistakes and losses can be positive.
Yeah, and again, there's a lot of softball to be played over the next 5-6 weeks before. I mean, heck, it's tax day, and we're 6 weeks away or so from the start of the section tournament. But I think it was probably a little bit unusual to see Alexandria's offense not show the eruption that it was able to do in earlier games and everything like that. But also, getting some key knocks. I thought there were times in the game where the Alexandria batters were able to do that, but they also left 7 runners on base, and their last best scoring chance was in the 5th inning, and they ended up settling for 1 there. Who knows if maybe you get a base hit there with 2 out, bases loaded, maybe it becomes a 6-3, 7-3 game. maybe the sixth inning production by Willmar never materializes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that you go back to that fifth, that was a big inning for Alexandria, and bases loaded. You just never want to leave bases loaded. It was 2 outs there with loaded bases, but just going back and seeing the missed opportunities. That's what softball and baseball is, though. Those missed opportunities. You look back and you think of what you can do better. And it was good pitching. They made Willmar, props to their head coach too, Topa. She made a great change at a good time, and it served. It proved that it was the right choice. And just a different pace pitcher there for Willmar, and she was able to shut down Alexandria pretty good.
Let's check out the line totals here. Again, I anticipate we may be having an Alexandria softball player joining us. When I visited with Coach Stifter for our General Motors pregame show, she did indicate that she would be willing to have a player come over, but when the game develops the way it does, who knows? But we'll give you the line totals here. Willmar finishes with 7 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors, and 4 runners left on base. The Alexandria Cardinals finish with 5 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors, and 7 runners left on base. The unfortunate part about the 3 errors is that they all occurred in the bottom of the 6th inning when Willmar ended up scoring 4 runs to turn a 2-run deficit into a 2-run lead, which ultimately would turn out to be a 7-5 victory. Yeah, and not much to expound on that, but a couple of notable highlights here. Alexandria had Lauren Hornstein getting on base 3 times. She's been really off to a great senior start for the spring season here. She would deliver an RBI single. She got hit by a pitch. She scored a run. She ended up drawing a walk in the game as well. Right behind her in the batting order, Zella Netzelman got on base twice. She had a base hit today. Mari Kavit, I thought, at the number 2 spot in the batting order, she was consistently getting on base today, and I think that's one of the offensive highlights.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a 4-pitch walk in the first, and then went 3 more pitches, looking at balls in the third, but didn't end up just getting a walk, but having a couple strikes, but just getting home, doing some stolen base. She just made a lot of action on the base pass, and to get on the base pass in a team that can hit as good as Alexandria on a typical day, that's gonna be valuable. I think that's why she is in that number 2.
And I guess I like what she was able to do, because again, Willmar did have some pop-ups, and I thought she was one Alexandria player that did play the wind well, but she didn't over pursue a ball or anything like that, and so again, I think it's one of those games. There are some good things to pull out, and again, these 2 teams will play each other again, I think May 9th up in Alexandria, and it wouldn't surprise me in the least if the outcome is reversed up there.
Yeah, and warmer weather, that'll change things too, and more practice, more time with the team, more just grouping up. I mean, a lot of these players, they're not super fresh off of winter seasons, hockey, basketball, whatever, but it wasn't too far away, so just getting comfortable, getting back in the groove of softball, and I think the big thing is just practice. And this team has been together for a long time, so I think the team chemistry is there. So just being able to put a few bat-on balls.
Yeah, and again, there's enough of the schedule ahead that this game will become a long distant memory. Even a couple of weeks down the line and everything, and the kids come back. They play Fergus Falls on Thursday. Again, it's kind of interesting, JP, because a lot of the games early on in the schedule for Alexandria are against section opponents.
Yeah, and that's big. I mean, it's that time of the year where, those are the kind of games that you have to win. So this one,